This is the Discmania PD. The Discmania PD has been the long favorite control distance driver of all of your favorite Discmania pros. Now we saw Simon Lizotte throwing an Innova-produced first-run PD with the Asia Open stamp. And that run, if you were curious if you had one from the same run, you would just look at the bottom of the disc and it will actually have patent numbers on the bottom of the disc. So if you have a Champion or C-Line PD with patent numbers on the bottom, then congratulations, you have a very cool and valuable first-run PD. Now, I actually came across this PD, which, upon looking at the bottom of it, I didn't know that S-Line PDs could have. Hopefully you can see that. You can see the patent numbers on the bottom there. So I was like, wow, okay. I didn't know they made first-run S-Line PDs. I thought they only had patent number C-Line PDs. And lo and behold, upon further research, I realized that this is actually a prototype Discmania PD that actually came out before those C-Line PDs even came out. And this disc actually features a completely different top mold that they wound up not even going forward with. This was a Christmas gift from Innova from somewhere in the mid-2000s to all the players on the team and then friends and family of people who worked at Innova. But completely different top. And I actually haven't thrown this disc yet. I'm super curious how it flies, but I wanted to share it with you. I thought it'd be a cool little Discmania Innova history lesson to share this disc with you guys. So I'm curious how the prototype PD flies in comparison to the S-Line PD. We'll throw the S-Line first throw of the day. Beautiful day out today. All of a sudden, it was 20 out a few weeks ago, and now it's 71 right now. The PD has honestly been a disc that's probably too stable for me. And that S-Line PD was probably the most overstable PD I've ever thrown. All right, let's see how this prototype flies. I actually think I like the feel in hand better of this one than that one. Oh, much straighter. Very, very cool. That flew completely differently. And that's probably why they retooled it. It was probably a little bit too straight in comparison to what they were looking for. So they wound up retooling it to be a bit more stable for the top tier pros. And we're getting pretty nerdy with it right now. This is some pretty deep Discmania and Innova lore. And I feel like only the true disc golf nerds and enthusiasts are going to appreciate how cool the prototype S-Line PD is. Not only because of how rare it is, but also the history behind it. And if they hadn't retooled this PD, then they wouldn't have come out with arguably their best mold. Every Discmania pro bags and enjoys the PD. It's definitely an interesting shape difference here. The bottom mold to me seems the same. I'll show you guys the bottoms here as well. We have the production run Innova made here, and then the prototype here on the left. To me, correct me if I'm wrong, that seems the exact same. But if we look at the tops, I can't fully describe what's different, but I think this guy, the Innova made production run, is a bit more blunt. The one on the left seems a bit sharper, and something about the top edge here seems longer. It doesn't necessarily have a wider rim, but it's definitely coming down at quite a different angle. It's this guy drops off. The production run is a lot more blunt. This one's a lot sharper. It honestly has a profile of more like an 11 speed. Kind of flew like a Wraith, which is pretty cool. But anyway, production run, beefy PD. I have no use for that thing. That thing is so stable. Way too overstable for me. This one's also in a lighter weight. This is a 167, the prototype. You don't see a lot of lightweight PDs in general. So this one's very, very cool disc. Really enjoying the way that flies. That's flying for me how like a normal PD would fly for someone with a fast arm. Pretty cool disc. All right, we've actually got a ripping headwind come through, which is pretty advantageous for me with this production S-Line PD. Let's throw in a bit of ante into the headwind, show off some of that overstability. I mean, holy crap. That thing is a beefcake. I like this one a lot better, if we're being honest, the prototype guy. I mean, completely different. Not two of my best throws. I need to throw a couple forehands into this tailwind. I feel like for the first time in my disc golf career, my forehand for the last week or so has just felt like absolute buns. So I do need to come out and do some forehand field work. But let's put some nice Anheisers up in the air. Super stable PD. There we go. That's in the water. Dude, that thing is... I wonder if that's how stable Gannon likes his PDs, and he just throws super hard and way harder than me. Or I wonder if his PDs are flippy like this. I've never thrown a first run PD, so I don't actually know how stable they are. Bit low. Anyway, cool disc. I thought I'd share it with you guys. A little piece of Discmania history that a lot of you guys probably don't know. If you ever find a penned written on the bottom of the disc, SPD, and it's got that Christmas stamp on it, it likely has a completely different top than what you're expecting, and you essentially have a completely different disc, but it's also labeled as an S-Line PD. So pretty cool disc, pretty cool collector's item. Again, a prototype sent out from the Innova factory as a Christmas present, and it was that prototype mold, a very early pre-first run version of the Discmania PD, arguably their best mold. Pretty cool piece of disc golf history. If you like videos like this, let me know in the comments section down below. If you want to save money on any disc golf products, click the link in the description below to access my storefront with Disc Golf Deals USA. Clicking that link will save you 10%. All orders over $50 ship for free. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay humble, live with gratitude. Catch you in the next one, and take care.